What would you do if the one person you trusted more than anyone on earth was living a secret second life? I never thought I'd be the man sitting in a dimly lit Chicago parking garage at 2 a.m. The glow of a phone screen illuminating a betrayal so deep it felt like a physical wound. It wasn't my phone. It was a perfect replica of my wife Jessica's. And the original was safe in her purse back home while she slept, oblivious. The pictures I found weren't just secrets. They were a roadmap to the complete demolition of the life I thought we had built. And as I scrolled through image after image of her with him, her colleague, Mark, I knew this discovery wasn't the end. It was the beginning of hers. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel. Tell us where you're from and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. For 10 years, Jessica was my world. We met young, hustled through our 20s in a cramped Lincoln Park apartment, and finally made it. I built my own consulting firm from the ground up. She'd climbed the corporate ladder at a prestigious marketing agency downtown. We had the high-rise condo overlooking Lake Michigan, the dinner reservations at Alinea, the life we'd always dreamed of. But somewhere along the way, the dream became hers, and I was just a feature in it. The signs were there, small at first, like cracks in a foundation. She started working late, client dinners that stretched into the early morning. Her phone, once left carelessly on the kitchen counter, was now permanently attached to her hand, screen down. When I'd ask about her day, her answers became vague, polished summaries that offered no real detail. She'd look at me, but her eyes were distant, cold. The warmth we once shared had been replaced by a polite, manipulative chill. She and Mark, her smug, self-satisfied boss, felt untouchable. They'd laugh at company parties, sharing inside jokes I wasn't privy to, their arrogance a suffocating cloud. She'd call me insecure, paranoid, gaslighting me until I started to question my own sanity. The humiliation was a constant bitter taste in my mouth. The breaking point came on our anniversary. I'd booked a table at our favorite spot, the one where I proposed. She canceled an hour before, a flat, unapologetic text, stuck at the office rain check. I walked past her building on Wells Street later that night, a hollow feeling in my chest. Her office was dark. But a block away, I saw her. She was stepping out of a sleek, black town car, laughing, her hand resting casually on Mark's arm as he led her into the lobby of the Langham Hotel. That was the night my heart shattered. The loyal husband died, and something else, something cold and strategic, was born. I went home, poured a glass of whiskey, and started to plan. The fake phone was the first step. Tech-savvy friend owed me a favor, and he cloned everything perfectly. For 2 weeks, I gathered my proof, my hands shaking as I downloaded every text, every photo, every hotel receipt from her cloud backup. The sheer volume of their affair was staggering: trips to Miami, weekends in New York, intimate dinners in our own city. They weren't just cheating. They were building a life on the ashes of ours. My grief hardened into a quiet, ruthless resolve. I hired the best divorce attorney in Chicago, a shark named Costello, who specialized in high-asset cases involving infidelity. We set the traps meticulously. I transferred my business assets into a series of trusts. I documented every lie, every expense she'd put on our shared accounts for her trysts. The final piece of the puzzle was her company's annual gala, a massive black-tie event at the Field Museum. It was their biggest night of the year, where Mark was set to receive a major award. Jessica was glowing, draped in a glittering gown, playing the part of the supportive colleague. She had no idea she was walking into her own execution. As Mark took the stage to a round of applause, the massive screens behind him, and to display a career retrospective, flickered. And then they came to life. It started with a photo of Jessica and Mark kissing on a balcony in Miami, the date stamp clearly visible. Then another and another. Hotel receipts, flight confirmations, a digital tapestry of their betrayal, broadcast for her entire professional world to see. A collective gasp filled the hall. The silence was absolute. I watched Jessica's face, her arrogant smile dissolving into a mask of pure horror. Mark stood frozen on stage, his smugness gone, replaced by pale, cowardly fear. I didn't stay to watch the fallout. I just stood up from my table, adjusted my tie, and walked out into the cool Chicago night. The divorce was brutal and swift. The morality clause in her employment contract was invoked, and both she and Mark were fired. Her reputation was destroyed, her social circle evaporated. She was left with nothing but the consequences of her choices. I never saw her again, but sometimes, late at night, I see her profile on a friend's social media. She looks older, tired, the light in her eyes completely gone. The revenge wasn't a victory. It was a necessity. It was the cold, quiet closing of a door that should have never been opened. There is no peace in ruin, only the haunting silence that follows. The end.